Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Guess what, guys? It is hot up here in the Get comfortable. If I seem a little rusty and scattered today, I didn't get much sleep last night. We went to Tyler yesterday, and we're coming home fairly late. Went to the Unity Church in Tyler yesterday, actually, and we're coming home, and we stop at the Exxon in Central Heights, and there's this little terrier running around the parking lot, running up to everybody, and according to the sheriff's deputy who sit there, and they have an 8-hour lunch shift in the parking lot. They said the dog had been there all night, so guess what happened? We took a terrier home to a house with a cat. And, it was a fun night that we had by all. We let the cat outside, and all we heard was screeching. Let the dog outside, all you hear is barking. Have them both in the house, all you hear is screeching and barking. Well, and then that was added to the wife yelling. So, you know, it was a circus, and it was fun. God, I hope we find the owners of this dog soon. We'll see if prayer works. We've been talking this month about creating your life. I challenged you last Sunday with the idea that life itself is a gift, that you're intended and on purpose. The immensity of this universe, the sparsity of life, apparently, the mathematical improbability of you ever showing up at all, the uniqueness of you. There's never been anyone like you. There will never be anyone like you again. Suggested that you're intended and on purpose, a piece of the jigsaw puzzle that is the universe, that without you, a piece would be missing. I asked you if you need a miracle in your life. Then look in the mirror. The miracle is your life. What I was really challenging you with was a new definition, a new vision of who and what you are. This divine gift that we know as life, this, as the ancient Hebrews said, the very breath of God breathed into time and space. Tag, you're it. That's you. If we get this, if we can open our minds to receive this, we can begin to turn off all the voices in our head to the contrary and accept the fact that life itself is the miraculous gift, that we are all immersed in awe and wonder. We start seeing the world and ourselves and each other in brand new ways. When you have an expanded vision of who you are, you can't help but have an expanded vision of who they are, of what life is, and of what's possible. Most of the world's major religions, most of the world's great spiritual teachers, all came to the planet with an inconvenient truth, with what was perceived at the time and properly understood still is a very radical message. That radical message is, you are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. You are the beloved. You are the breath of God. regardless of what you do or don't do, regardless of whether you accept it or reject it, believe it or not. Nothing, absolutely nothing will ever change that. And guess what? You're intended and on purpose. And as they say in the Tom Cruise movies, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to discover the truth of this for yourself. That's it. Just to discover that simple truth. And then make a conscious choice to live from that space. Why do I say that's a radical message? Because our culture tells us just the opposite. Our culture tells us that there's winners and losers, that there are talented and untalented, that some people have skills and some don't. Our mind is kind of hardwired to separate and dissect and diagnose and pigeonhole. So we have categories for people, and we put people, just like God, in boxes. Our culture tells us that we're all individuals, that we stand alone and apart. But yet, no one got here alone. No one accomplishes anything on this planet alone. You can't raise the food that you need to sustain yourself alone. You can't shear the sheep, make the yarn, sew the clothes, cut the lumber, build the house. We depend on each other for our very life. Society, in myriad ways, well-meaning friends and family say, don't dream. Don't reach too high. You'll just get hurt. Who are you to think you can be an astronaut? Who are you to think that you might have something special to say or a unique gift to give to the planet? Who are you to think that you could be a successful business person? Who are you to think you're smart? Who are you to think you matter? And those voices are deep within us. We come by them honestly. We come by them from the fear of reaching too far, of falling. We come by them from the fear that if we reach too far,